Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gays and days, and everybody in between, and welcome to another episode of Fight Night!
Fight Night!
I am your host, Josie. This is Stax, and we're going to dive right into it.
Let's do it.
We actually both did watch Dynamite tonight, and
that we did. We weren't slackers.
We weren't slackers tonight. And as we were discussing it, me and Stax both agree it was one of the better Dynamites we've seen in a while.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of it I liked. Edge, Sting, and Darby.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. I mean, I'm sure we'll hit on it later, but towards the end. But Full Gear is setting up to be a another banger, because
you do realize our
AEW is just bangers.
I was actually going to talk to you about that, Stax. Our free cheap way to watch the pay-per-views ended today, so we're gonna need to get that restarted before the 18th.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was gonna ask you about that, but we can talk about that after the show. But yeah, I'm definitely into that. But I guess we should really quick hit on what we thought was kind of a lame duck announcement.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I hate this. This hurts me so bad to agree with the IWC and the marks.
Yep.
But Tony Khan, not everything is an announcement that needs to be made on the show. That could have been made on your socials.
That's it. You took the words right out of my mouth, Josie. That could have been put out on the AEW Twitter. You know, if you want to put it on Threads, put it on Threads. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. Everybody wants to pay less money for your pay-per-views. So get your head out of your ass.
Sign a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yes. And let's get this thing rolling.
I swear to God, we get another announcement and it's not that, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, like, here's my question for you, Josie. Is viewership on Wednesdays that bad that we gotta create this, this extra excitement for
I don't feel like the viewership on Wednesdays has really went down or up. I think it's been about what they
it's been about the same, but I
think they're still doing about 900,000.
Yeah, which is kind of what I've seen, but man, it really just makes you wonder, like, is there an ulterior motive for that? Because, yeah, like you said, I mean, on the socials would have been perfectly fine. So.
Well, you know what? I was surprised. Sting and no Ric Flair.
Oh, fair. You actually thought he was gonna fight?
No.
You just meant come out tonight?
What I've heard is he will be on AEW television until March.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to pay for his hookers and blows somehow.
And alcohol.
So.
It
is what it is.
I heard another rumor tying to that Tony Khan is really trying hard to get Hogan to come in to play a role.
Yeah, I have seen that. I mean,
no, keep Hogan out of AEW.
I'm good. I'll pass.
I've not had an issue with one single person they brought in, even if it was a one-off.
Yep.
Not one person.
Not a one.
I will have an issue if they bring in Hogan.
Yeah, that's a reach for me. If you feel compelled to bring that man in, I don't know, man. That's just That's just asking for.
If for some reason he does come in,
What
keep
the hell's
him
he gonna
the fuck
do?
away from creative.
I agree, 100%. 100%. We've seen this before. I don't like it. I hope it's fake because I do not like it. Real quick, Josie, word around the socials real quick, and then we'll get back to the show. Do we think Daniel Bryan's going to call it quits before he, sooner rather than later, now that he
No,
just keeps getting injured?
no. I think
No, I don't either. I was just
I
posing
think
the question.
if one thing we know about Daniel Bryan, he is a man of his word.
That he is.
And he said he's got one more year. Now, do I think all the injuries are a reason that he's kind of pulled the trigger on that year? Yes.
Oh, yep.
Does it probably piss him off that he got hurt and now is going to miss 3 months of that year? We may see him for a little longer even.
So you think this pushes back the timeline just a little bit?
Maybe. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think he hangs it up early.
Oh no, I don't either. I don't either. I was kind of surprised when I heard that as a as a theoretical idea of what else does he have left to prove? Let's just do it. Give him a roll backstage, let him get cozy, and he can be in backstage and do whatever he wants for as long as he wants to do it for. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, and I fully believe that once he is done in ring, he will have a role backstage with AEW. And you'll still see him. 100%. He said, even when this year is up, all it really means is he's going to go part-time.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. He has alluded to that, and I think I think it'll be interesting because I think in not that he doesn't already, but what he can bring backstage, and just to all the different facets of the business. Yep. It's a gem to have that man.
He's one of those guys that not only is amazing in the ring, he's just got such a mind for the business.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be sad to see him, quote unquote, walk away when he's actually done full time. But at the same time, he'll still be around.
That, the Daniel Bryan thing, and then did you see MJF and Kenny Omega's speeches after their match Saturday?
I did not see that. I got told about it. I heard it was pretty.
It almost had me in tears.
That's what I heard. It was pretty heartfelt and pretty sincere.
It was very heartfelt. And
yeah, absolutely.
What that speech got me realizing, we're about to lose a generation of wrestlers. Like, the wrestlers that are kind of like in our age bracket, they're about to start hanging it up. That's the Omegas, the AJ Styles, the Randy Ortons.
How sad is that? How sad is that?
Oh my God! It's like our childhood is now old and retiring.
It is. And it makes us feel even older.
Oh, so old! It makes me feel so
old because
I tell you,
Josie,
I know he kind of took it back, but Cena's like kind of retirement speech he gave a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Like, it made me sad.
Yeah, it is. It is too bad. I know I've said some things on here about how I don't really care that Cena's back now, but you can't you can't really underestimate what he's done for wrestling as a whole, and obviously WWE.
Well, he took his back.
Yeah,
he posted on Twitter. He posted on Twitter the scene from Wolf of Wall Street.
I did see that.
Saying, "I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving." Yeah, I did see that. That was good, but either way, I know I do throw some shade at John Cena on this show, but yeah, I know I don't know. I guess I just expect a little bit more for some reason after all this time out of WWE to try and do something a little different where we don't have to
We,
where we don't have to reach in and lean on you know
as a wrestling
those
fan,
people.
here's something I can tell you that you should already know. It's a lot more happier when you don't expect WWE to do things fans will
Oh,
enjoy.
oh, oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, I know that, and obviously, when Kill was on the show, it was one of those things that you just kind of have to learn in that way with him. But yeah, no, it's
Because he's
yeah,
a baby.
it's interesting. Yeah, true. Yeah, oh, the old baby face, the
The old
baby.
baby
The
face.
baby face. But yeah, no. So what do you think of this? I don't know. I'm loving this Strickland and Hangman Adam Page
I love it.
storyline.
I think
I
it's
love it.
amazing.
Absolutely fucking love it. Absolutely fucking love it. I want them to keep going darker with. I
Okay.
want them to keep going darker with Strickland.
Well, and this is the thing. This is the thing. Anybody who says AEW doesn't have stories, absolute, total, 100%
It's horseshit.
horse shit.
It's
Horse
horseshit.
shit. Because this
Horseshit.
is why. Not only is there a story going on right now with Strickland and Page, but that
Yep.
is bleeding into what's going on with the Bucks, which is also bleeding into what's going on with Kenny and Jericho and the Dump.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh my God, there's so much fucking here.
They're learning. They're learning.
Well, and I don't necessarily, I think, and we've discussed this before, and I hate putting it this way, but honestly, I think a lot of the times when people say that there's no storylines in AEW, it's because they're too stupid to follow.
Oh, 100%. It's all of, or it's just WWE Shields, and
Yeah.
and they don't want to admit that. Oh, well, there actually is storyline and blah 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 blah. WWE
Well,
this, WWE that.
one thing I will say is AEW is not as blatant with their storylines. There is some definite like nuance there. They do tell a lot of their stories in the ring
In ring
instead of
in
just
ring.
like spoon feeding it to you, which is what WWE does.
Yep. You gotta think a little bit.
And yeah, I am
I love it.
absolutely
I
loving
love it.
loving this.
I wanted them to follow up a little bit more. I mean, obviously they did this week, because he interfered with the match and then
Lost in the trios titles.
lost on the trios title. So
Here's my one complaint on that. I hate that the Gates of Agony got them back. Like
I do too.
I just think there's better people that could be the trio.
Oh,
I'd love to see Dark
yeah.
Order as the ROH Trios champions.
Yep.
I think that would be
I agree, Josie.
amazing.
Preach, Josie. No, 100%. I think, honestly, Josie, I think since the formation or since the creation of these titles, it's been kind of It's been kind of and then here we are, and then you do this, but at the same time, you got to give them props and to some extent because it helps with the storyline. Do I think they drop them sooner rather than later? In my opinion, yes, I believe they do. I don't think it's a long title run. I feel like it was just a way to follow that storyline and keep up with it. So
December to Disorder is coming up. So ROH has got a pay-per-view coming up. So they could drop them at the pay-per-view.
Oh, yep. I think they will actually. I think it's going to be short-lived. But I mean, I get why they did it from that standpoint.
Because it worked for that storyline.
Yeah, because it worked for that storyline. But I agree. I think there's a lot of but at the same time, what are they doing to build that up? Like, it's just kind of like, I mean, what are we doing? Like, we're gonna have like Jeff Hardy and what's the other dude's name that they had him fight last week for him, and I'm just like, well, this ain't real. Even though
Yeah.
that turned out not to be a terrible match. I can't think
It
who
wasn't.
tags with. I
Honestly,
can't. Yeah.
well, and that's honestly the thing. AEW doesn't really put on bad matches. Some are
No,
less.
no, they don't.
Some are not as good as others.
Some are less eventful, that's for sure.
Yes.
There was Sheeta, and who was that one? Who was that one? They fought on Collision last Saturday. I don't know if you saw that. She was wearing like full face paint, and they
I
did like
did.
a trick or treat match or something like that.
I did. It was basically a
and
street fight.
yeah, and that was a
Was it
that
that
was
one?
a
No.
that was a snooze fest. That was a snooze fest. But
I can't think of who it was. Goddamn.
yeah, I can't think of her name. Dahlia or I don't know. I thought it was something with a D, but I can't remember. Seems like she fought more on Ring of Honor than anything else. Well, Josie, what are your thoughts on? Well, I was gonna ask both you and Will this question, but Will's not quite with us yet. What do we think of the rumors that are floating around that Will Ospreay is going to sign with NXT UK potentially?
I haven't heard that, and I don't believe it.
I don't either. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would sign with NXT and not sign with WWE or AEW or even Impact for that matter.
He's too young to be starting in NXT.
Oh,
or he's too old. Too old.
He's too old. Yeah, he's too old. I mean, unless he is really wanting to stay in Europe and this is his way to get a bag. I mean, I guess I can see
But
it from that standpoint.
it won't.
You don't think so? Oh, did we lose Josie? Nope. I believe we lost Josie there for a minute.
I'm here.
Oh, she's back with us. But yeah,
Sorry,
no, you're good. You don't think so you don't think he does it?
No, because this is the thing. Look at Gunther. Gunther said that when he was with NXT UK that he had no intention to ever go to the main roster, that he never wanted to leave Europe. And where is he now? He's living in Tampa on the main roster. Now, don't get me wrong. He's amazing and future world champion. But I just don't think Ospreay has already mentioned how his body is starting to break down. I don't see him basically starting his career over, which would be what NXT would be.
And wasting his remaining whatever time he has.
And he's already got it. To me, there's only two options here. It's Impact or it's AEW. Or re-signing with New Japan.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think that's the move. I think one of those three options is would be fantastic. However, I would be super ecstatic if he ended up signing with like an Impact or something like that, just to give that a little flair, kind of spread the love a little bit. But at the same time, obviously.
You know what? But I wanted to go back real quick to Swerve because you dropped something in our chat right before the show that
absolutely.
got me peaked.
Yeah, let's hit on that.
Swerve versus Mike fucking Bailey.
Woo! Oh.
And if you've never watched this
Josie,
show,
I got a little mini chub. I got a little mini chub when I saw that.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of wood. If you are not a fan or don't listen to this show, we are fans of Mike Bailey. And
I am a speedball maniac.
I'm a speed maniac. Yep.
Let's go.
I'm a speediac.
Yes. And we're speediacs in this bitch. That we are.
And you might say, why? He's got no personality. And I 120,000% agree. He's bland as fuck.
But you put that boy in the ring?
Man, he can go.
Yes,
Man, he can go.
He can go. He can go. And him and Swerve is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic. Worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good. I'm so pumped for that match. Which also brings me to another point. So they did this big announcement just to announce ticket sales.
Yep.
For All In. But did you notice they announced ticket sales for their pay-per-view in December right on the show?
I did see that. What are we doing here, Josie? I mean, I just don't get it.
I don't either. And don't get me wrong, I love the name.
Lack of ticket sales?
That's what it is. It's Tony Khan trying to boost numbers because his attendance numbers haven't been good.
For sure.
I heard the Louisville show tonight, they were doing 2 for 1. And so again, also that comes from Jim Cornette, so take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say take that, especially if it's coming from that mouth.
So I think that's why Tony did it, but also, man, that guy has got to get better at being on camera.
Yeah,
holy shit, man!
He's so awkward.
So awkward, and you can tell he's reading off of cue cards.
A cue card, absolutely zero charisma.
None.
I have more charisma in my little pinky finger than that man does in his whole entire body. So
yes,
that's really
there's more charisma in my penis alone.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's.
Like I'm watching him, and I'm watching him and Nigel, and I'm just looking at Nigel, and Nigel's just like, "Oh my god!"
Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take over. Thanks, Tony. Like, I don't think he could pass it to Nigel faster.
No, he couldn't.
Tell him what they've won, Nigel. Even though that's not what he said. I mean, it's just like hot potato. Okay, all right, you go, Nigel. You take the ball and you run with it. Boy, I don't know. I can't say it enough right now. The Bang Bang Gang, Josie. Week after week after week.
As great as it was, and I really wanted the Acclaimed and MJF to win that match.
Yep.
Yes, I just can't argue with you on it because they're so great. It's
so amazing.
Guns up, baby! Bang Bang Gang!
Bang Bang. It's I mean, what they're doing with that, I mean, you almost had a feeling going into that match that they were somehow gonna pull it off, whether it was clean or not, in my mind, just because, you needed that little added piece in there about how he still doesn't have the title yet, and it'll be even more sweet after he gets the title back. Do we have any more theories behind who's the devil? Because I'm still like, I don't know.
Everything I see, it's got to be Adam Cole.
You think so?
It's got to be Adam Cole.
You think it's Adam Cole?
Or it's Roddy.
I was gonna say that's my pick. That's my pick. I think it's Roddy. I do. I think it's Roddy.
I
could be wrong.
I heard something this week, and now, mind you, this is 100% rumor. I don't think this is true, But what if it's CM Punk?
I know. I heard that too, and I'm like, holy shit! Could you imagine?
It would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, even though I don't really care for the man.
I'm not a fan of Punk that much anymore either. And it has nothing, it would have nothing to do with Punk for me. It would have everything to do with look what Tony Khan pulled off.
I was gonna say, but here's my thing, and I know you're probably gonna post this later, but do you really think that Tony Khan would go out and make a public statement saying they released him and did all this stuff just for that?
I mean, I don't.
Or would it have been I agree. Or would it have just been like a slight suspension or something?
Yes, you know what I'm saying? And I could totally
or like
agree
a slap
with you.
on a wrist or something. Yeah.
But imagine if he did.
I mean, they did it with MJF. Remember that?
I mean, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. And I mean, I know this is it has.
I want it to be CM Punk.
In my head,
I don't think it is.
99% possibility that it's not CM Punk.
Oh,
but that 1%
kind of wants you to.
Oh my God, it does. Like, there's not kind of about it. Like, that 1% wants it just because it would be on the level of Hogan joining the NWO.
Absolutely.
It would be on that level. It would be a swerve that hasn't been done since then. And it would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
again, I don't think it's him.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I still think it's Roddy in my mind. But then again, I also wouldn't be surprised if it was Adam Cole. But for some reason, I just think it's Roddy. Yeah. Yeah.
What if it's Kyle O'Reilly?
Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not necessarily. That would be surprising. What made you think that?
Just because he's tied to Roddy and to Adam. And...
Yeah, tied to everybody. Yep.
I don't know. That one's got me stumped.
Yeah. Oh, same. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, unfortunately, people, even though we want it to be just from a storyline perspective, and think of what that would do just from overall publicity standpoint. Like if it was CM Punk, like holy shit!
Oh my God, it would be huge. It would be huge.
And if you book it right, where he continues to come out. You know, and maybe like an AI type voice or something, or or whatever at that point, and then somehow you keep it to a pay-per-view, and then all of a sudden he reveals himself, and he comes out with the other belt. I mean,
I think it would be like I'm telling you, if it does happen, I will literally shit a brick.
Because then you can't say that they don't book long term anymore.
Again, this is just speculation. Neither of us think this is going to happen. Nope, but it would be cool if it did.
It would be so sick. It would be so sick, and it would definitely help AEW. 1,000%.
All right. I think we're about to close out here, but we got to talk a little WWE because you do have Crown Jewel this weekend.
Crown Jewel this weekend.
Or as I like to call it, the Saudi Blood Money pay-per-view. Oh, which, by the way, did you see what Vince said this weekend at the boxing match in Saudi?
I thought I did, but remind me because
Saudi Arabia is now the home of WWE.
Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Thoughts, Josie? I don't even know if I have words for that.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. That's
fuck
fair.
off.
Fuck off. That is fair. That is fair. Well, if we're going a little bit through the card, I don't know if you're going to go entirely through the card, but what's the over under on LA Knight winning this match against Roman Reigns?
God, I'd be so happy. Oh my God.
Even though I already know the answer to this.
Well, I did see a thing that Roman is going to have to take some time out of the ring. He's got some stuff going on. So I don't know. They protected that man so much. I don't see him losing it for another year. September of 2024, once he passes Hogan.
And also the opponent, I don't think it'll be LA Knight. I think it'll be Cody Rhodes.
Well, and I mean, they're kind of still setting up for him to fight Cody at 40. So I just don't know. I would love. Oh my God, I'd be so happy. Yeah.
Would you turn into WWE programming a little bit more if that man was?
If LA Knight and Seth Rollins are my champions, possible.
So I take it you're not on the level of Drew McIntyre taking the title off.
God no, I don't like Drew. I find Drew. I still find Drew boring.
That's fair. I don't agree. I think Seth retains there, and then we have our women's world championship match. Also, we didn't hit on that. Ronda Rousey.
Wait, what?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, going to Hog. I cannot believe that woman is doing indies.
What a joke, man. What a joke. However, something did come to light for me when I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to JT from NY and that podcast. I listen to that every once in a blue moon. And his cohort brought up a good kind of food for thought. What if Ronda just kind of mailed it in there towards the back end of that stint, because she just really didn't care for how they were booking the women. And so if this is a way to have a little bit more free reign and just kind of have some fun with it, like maybe this is it.
I mean, I would love, and I mean, maybe it had something to do, maybe Shayna really struck a nerve there when she said how she had worked her way up on the indies and she hadn't. Maybe she feels that she needs to get some indie reps in. I don't know. It would be interesting to see if she actually takes as a learning opportunity and gets better.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think so. I think it's more for the pay, don't you?
I can't imagine Hog Wrestling is offering her a whole lot of money.
Well, I mean, you never know. Somebody could have a little bit of some deep pockets.
I mean, House of Glory gave you talent like Private Party,
right?
Darby Allin.
I don't know. I just found it hilarious when I saw that, because I still think she sucks in the ring, regardless. Women's championship match. We got Rhea versus Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez and Zoe Stark.
I've got to mention this real quick. And I know this is not the show for it, but looks like your the Texas Rangers are about to be World Series champions.
The Texas Rangers, man. Hey, good run by those D-backs, though, for real.
I wanted the D-backs to take it, man.
I did. I wanted the D-backs to get it, but that's okay. The Suns will come through this spring, so we don't need to worry about that. KD's gonna help it out, but good run for the D-backs.
Fuck the Texas Rangers and fuck Adonis Garcia.
Oh, what else we got? We got John Cena versus Solo Sikoa.
That could be a banger.
I was gonna say that might not be a bad match if John Cena
If
got some
Cena comes
stamina
out
under
with
him.
more, if Cena comes out with more than just the 5 moves of doom,
Yeah,
that could be a banger of a match.
we could have ourselves a
Man,
banger.
what if they go back and do a total him versus Umaga match? Like spot for spot.
Spot for spot. That would be dope. That would be sick. I think you're right. I think it has potential. I like Solo, so that's cool. And you know,
When
Cena's good
Cena
about putting
tries
people
and
over.
doesn't just
Yeah,
vote it in, he's an amazing wrestler.
absolutely. Yeah, I just don't know how much more he's got left, but
I can't argue with you there.
but you know, I guess we'll see. Real quick, one more little match right here: Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship.
Unfortunately, I think Logan is winning this match.
Yeah, I do too.
It looks like I think what's about to be set up is Knight loses, Logan wins, and you're going to get Knight versus Logan probably at Rumble.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I could see that. That way they can have a belt on Night.
Yeah.
Because you know you gotta strike while the iron's hot, but in AEW's case, they're gonna wait till it's lukewarm.
Also, really quick, I want to talk about. Have you seen this Gunther and Miz feud?
I have not lately.
So they started a feud this week, and I'm hearing rumor that Miz may be turning face.
I did see that. I did see that though. Yes, I did. I haven't really watched any of it, but yes, I did hear that he may be turning face. Thoughts?
I would be interested to see it.
I mean, if there's anybody that can pull it off, it's me.
Oh, I have no doubt that he could pull it off. None. It would be interesting to see because he's never done it. He's never had a face turn.
Yep, he's never done that. Dude can do it though. He's multi-talented. He just gets there's not a lot of respect put on that guy's name.
Nope.
Works his ass off too. So I would be kind of excited to see that. I've always kind of liked the Miz, so that would be interesting. Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, real quick. That's about the end of it. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest.
I mean, that probably will be a good match.
Yeah, I can see that. Does Priest cash in?
I don't think so.
I don't either. And that's it for Crown Jewel, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Oh, I did want to mention one thing. Did you see the news? NWA entered their Attitude Era on the show this week. They had people just doing lines of blow.
I did not see.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, lines of blow.
Yep.
Hey, whatever gets you more viewers.
I guess that's as they're about to leave YouTube, they're just like, fuck it.
Fuck it. Might as well.
But, all right, guys, so that's going to do it for another episode of Fight Night. We will see y'all next week. Make sure you tune in for that. And thank y'all for watching.
Adios.